Hey guys, welcome to episode 2 of the Entering Endgame podcast, aka the E Squared podcast. I'm your host, Ashley Florida. I'm so happy to have you back here. Welcome back. First episode was the pilot, and I was so blessed to be on there with my dear friend Pancho Taco. And I'm so excited today to introduce to you our second ever co-host on the Entering Endgame podcast, who you will surely see again. None other than my dear friend, Streaming Falcon. Hello, Falcon.
Hi, Ashley. How are you?
I'm amazing. How are you, my friend?
I'm so excited.
We have literally been like bantering and laughing for like the last half hour, and I am just like so excited to have you on here today.
Ashley said, "Are you ready?" I said yes, like 5-10 minutes ago, and then we just started talking about a million other things. And it's like, maybe if we just like talked in the podcast itself, like that'd be good. So now we're starting.
So when I created this podcast, when I created Entering Endgame, it was, my idea was, to bring gaming news and gaming conversation from the perspective of Twitch streamers. And how blessed am I, and you are as well, to have such awesome friends on the platform who all kind of specialize in different things and have their own little expertise. And boy, do you have expertise in some of the stuff that we're going to talk about today. I am so excited.
I'm very hyped to talk about that. Yeah, I've been thinking about that recently because I kind of been branching into variety, and I'm like, I look at all this stuff that all my friends have been doing forever, and now I like kind of want to touch upon those things. I'm like, wow, we're surrounded by very, very cool people, and I'm excited to talk about it all.
Me too. Streaming Falcon, aka Falcone, my Italian nickname that I gave you so long ago.
Doing Italian hands. Would
you please tell our listeners a little bit about you and your channel and what y'all do over there?
Yeah, I'm Falcon. I started streaming on the platform. Goodness, over 4 years ago now, which
wow.
Time kind of flies. And I never planned on streaming full time. It was just for fun. And then once I lost my job as a teacher, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take some time for myself, just hang out, play some games. Started playing A Link to the Past randomizer because I was like, that's what got me on Twitch to begin with.
Love that.
And then I realized, I was like, you know what? I'm pretty good at this. And my whole family was like, you're pretty good at that. Why don't you try like doing it more?
Yeah.
It's like, all right. And now I stream full time. And I used to just be like a Pokemon only streamer. I did a challenge called Kaizo Ironmon. I'm actually, for the people watching, I'm wearing my lucky beanie today.
You are. But, it's my favorite one of your beanies too.
I was gonna say, I knew it was Ashley's favorite. I'm like, this is the one. This is the chosen beanie today. but now I'm just like doing a variety. I realize that like this platform that we have, that you said like we're so fortunate to have,
we are,
it's too lucky to waste just doing one thing. Like I want to see so much and experience so much with people, and I love it. Every day I do it, I absolutely love it. So yeah, that's me. I'm just a dude having fun on playing games with friends.
You know what's so funny? I never thought about it like in a comparison kind of a way, because I did the same thing for like 3 years. I just played Mario Maker. That was all I played. Yeah. Was Mario Maker once in a blue moon, maybe something else. But like you were the same way with Pokemon Kaizo Ironmon. Will you tell the listeners like who maybe have no idea what Pokemon Kaizo Ironmon is?
Yeah, absolutely. So I could start by saying like, it's based on Pokemon. It takes the regular game, but it randomizes it.
Sure.
And almost everything in the game is randomized. If people are familiar with Nuzlocke, the simple explanation is think of Nuzlocke, but with many more rules. But the longer explanation is everything is randomized. So like your Pokemon, it may be like a little Pikachu. Everyone knows Pikachu, little electric mouse, right? But that Pikachu might have like a bunch of water and fire moves instead. And it may be like a real strong Pikachu instead of being a fast Pikachu.
Sure.
And you have one Pokemon. Whatever Pokemon you take and you settle on is your only Pokemon that you have to beat the entire game with. So you have to go through the whole game with just you and your one partner, and everything is like souped up in difficulty. Everything's harder. The gym leaders that you come across have more Pokemon than you'd expect.
Right.
It's really hard. And I'm usually pretty like modest and humble about things. I will brag here. I'm one of the better people to play Ironmon. I've won 5 times pretty quickly,
which is really incredible. I know a lot of people who do Kaiser Ironmon, and that's unheard of in my world to know people who have completed it 5 times.
Yeah, and that's why I'm bringing it up too. I'm like, this is not to brag, but it's to say like I'm very lucky. Like I've won 5 times in, goodness, over the, I want to say 2 or so years I really played it. In about 5,000 something seeds. Just, like as soon as your Pokemon dies, you reset, and that's a new seed. I've done 5,000 something of them. I won 5 times, but one of my friends who's incredible, it took him, I think, 10,000 to win just once.
Oh my!
So it really is. Yeah, it's. I hate to use the comparison, but it's a bit of a slot machine. But once you start playing, it really is a very skillful game. Like people look at it and they're like, "Oh, it's just luck," and it's not. It's not. It is extremely, extremely skillful. There's a ton of luck, but once you get good at it, you can do some pretty amazing things, and that's what drew me to it. Like you never know what's going to happen. But I am kind of in control of my destiny. So.
Right. There's such a huge RNG aspect of it all with what you get and the moves your Pokemon has and everything. But like you have to know how to use them. And
exactly.
One thing that always really fascinated me when I would watch people do it, because like a lot of people do Fire Red, which is your optimized version of the original Pokemon Red. And I like one of the things that fascinated me was people knowing how like who was going to go first in the battle and like the speed at which moves are done, and it's like all that goes into it is like really, really complicated, but it's like so fun to watch. You can get your chat involved with it. I know a lot of streamers who like ask the chat like, which move should I do here, and oh no, do we know if like I'm gonna go first or the other Pokemon's gonna go first? So I think that it's like that's cool too, to have that whole like community aspect about it.
Yeah, it's. I think the greatest thing for me was that I came from a Link to the Past randomizer,
right?
And I know right now on your stream you're playing a Link to the Past. And I love it because a Link to the Past randomizer is what drew me to Twitch. I tell the story all the time, but I was sick one day. It was like 2017, I want to say. I was sick. I couldn't go to work.
Yeah.
I'm just in bed. I didn't have like cable on my TV, but we had a like one of those sticks that goes in it, and it was an Amazon one. So they were advertising Twitch because Twitch owned Amazon. Or, sorry, other way around. Amazon owned Twitch. Twitch wishes it.
Imagine.
Yeah. Amazon owned Twitch and they're advertising Twitch. I'm like, I've had this account forever and I've never gone on this. I don't get it. Why do you want to watch people play video games? Why don't you just play them yourself?
Yeah.
So it says, what game do you want to watch? I'm like, A Link to the Past. I love that game. I don't know. Maybe someone plays it really well or something. Let's figure out what was interesting. So when Link wakes up out of his bed, he goes and he checks the chest, and it's a lamp. And it wasn't a lamp; it was a hammer. And I went, hold on a second, that's wrong.
That's all right.
Where's the lamp? What did you do? And that got me onto Twitch, right? And then like fast forward some time, I started playing myself, but I realized after a time that I just liked playing with my friends, and I liked racing my friends, and I didn't want to be competitive against other people. And even with my friends, like sometimes they would get upset, like when they'd lose, and I'm like, but it's just us.
I know,
like,
right?
why?
Yeah.
So so Ironmon drew me to it because it's kind of like, it's almost like golf. Like I'm kind of just playing against myself out here.
Yeah, you're in competition with yourself. Exactly.
Right. And that really like drew me into it, and I didn't know too much about Pokemon. I mean, I played all the Pokemon games, but I don't know how to like play competitively.
Right.
But the incredible thing about Ironmon is that the community resources for it are set up in such a way that it's easy to set up. The tracker will help you like with everything.
That tracker is incredible.
It's wild. It's so good. Like it's incredible how much it's grown, and it actually interfaces like with StreamerBot, which connects to Twitch, and that's why like people can just do a channel point redeem, and it'll go to your game and tell you, yo, you should pick that ball because someone wants you to, which is cool. And that's a community thing. And the community is really what brought me into Ironmon. And I learned how to play the game. I'm so much more knowledgeable about Pokemon now. And like you said, yeah, like the community though is really what did it. I made a bunch of friends, and through an extension of that, I actually ended up meeting you.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, make a friend through Ironmon, and then that friend meets you, and that friend says, hey, you should meet Ashley, and now we're friends. So community is what it's all about.
I know. I'm so thankful for that. And that friend you're talking about is none other than Waffle Smacker, correct?
That is the Waffle Smacker himself, yes.
He's having a baby on Monday. Or he possibly having a baby Monday.
Yeah, we were talking about that. He goes, boy, we got paternity leave. I have a lot of time in my hands. So like, I think you're gonna be busy, dude.
You know what he says? He's like, I'm probably gonna stream.
Oh my gosh.
Oh gosh.
I need his energy. Sometimes I just need to channel his energy.
I know. Incredible. So this probably seems like a good point to transition into like Pokemon talk, but I'm actually not going to do that right now. I'm going to take from because you're the king of segues on your stream. You have you somehow find a way in every conversation to just segue so beautifully. Your transitions are just like spot on. You'll be talking about something like a lampshade and you'll somehow like segue it into shouting me out, and I never figure out how your brain weaves in that way, but it's really beautiful to watch. What I actually want to take from our conversation is the part where we talked about starting off playing one game and then branching off into variety. And I think that the best month for any streamer to try variety is the month of October, because it kind of gives you an excuse to test the waters of scary games. And that's my time every year. Like, I just get so excited to do scary content and try something different. And does my audience always love it? Not necessarily. There's people who just cannot take a scary game. It's too much for them. But I think that the one thing that does resonate with my own audience is that I truly do get scared, and they like live for the reactions of it. Because I'll start singing because I'm so scared, or I'll scream like right into the microphone for like the smallest things, and they try to scare me with like my own alerts and stuff like that. But I've had a lot of fun in October doing some spooky content, and I know that you have too. So I am very, very excited to dive into this, and I have to ask you about this game that you played called Fatal Frame.
Oh my gosh.
You look so excited to talk about it.
I am. Because I'm okay. I am admittedly, I'm not a scary game person. Because I'm not a fan of jump scares.
Gotcha.
I feel like they're cheap, right?
They are.
I'm yeah, right? Like,
they're entertaining though.
I realize it is funny to watch. Like, when I see someone like jump on camera, I'm just like, yeah. I just laugh at it. Like, yeah, it's good. But for me, I'm a very I'm a therapist and everything. So psychology of everything, like psychological horror, I'm into that.
Sure.
And that's what Fatal Frame is. Specifically, I was playing Fatal Frame 2, The Crimson Butterfly.
Okay, that's the only one I've ever seen before. Is 2.
Yeah. It's I think it's pretty frequently ranked to be like the best one of the series.
Yeah.
And the whole series it's wild. The guy who made the games, he will tell you about how like he is fully bought in on like the spirit world, and
Whoa.
he would like go to like I can't remember the details, but it's something like he would go to like shrines in Japan at night and like it's just experience the spirits and stuff. Like, I'm like, you know what? This is the person I want producing my games. I'm into this.
Yeah.
This dude's into it. Yeah, he's like so bought into this. I'm like, okay,
sick.
great. It's a really cool game. You know, it's one of Crystal's favorites. We played it, her original disc from, you know, like 20 something years ago on our PS2, like right here, like projected on the wall next to me. So it's like kind of grainy and creepy at night. Like, I'm like, hey, do you want to play? She goes, no, sun's only just setting. We have to wait. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it needs to be night. Turn off that light over there. Like, no, like, okay.
Wow.
But it's cool. It's like a little like brief thing. It's about these two sisters who like just go to this place where they always played as a kid, and then suddenly one of them just kind of wanders off, and the other one goes to chase her, and they wander into like some, they all of a sudden, like, they're not in the forest anymore. They're in this village called the
Gotcha.
Lost Village,
Mhm.
and you start to just try to figure out what's going on there. Like, your sister's acting real weird. She just keeps wandering off. There are obviously ghosts, but you pick up this a flashlight and a camera, and that's the gimmick of the game. Is you get the camera obscura, which is the camera that has the power to exorcise ghosts, and we lovingly call it Spoopymon Snap. Because it's instead of taking cute pictures of Pokemon, you're trying to take the best pictures of like ghosts that you can, and the better picture you take, the more damage you do, and the more likely you're going to be to defeat them.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's very cool. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you're a ghost photographer, but like for a purpose?
Yeah, because you have to time it, because sometimes they'll be there, you'll see them, but they're not actually materialized, and then they'll like juke to the side, materialize, try to grab you, and you gotta like swing over and take a picture and knock them back, and you can like customize the camera to stun them. So it's kind of like, you don't think about this, but like your weapon's the camera.
It. Yeah.
Yeah. And at the last Nintendo Direct, they announced that after I think it's like 22 years or something like that, it's getting a remake, and I saw that. I'm just so excited. So
I'll play it when they do
next year for
sure.
Oh heck yeah! It looks beautiful. Like we didn't take anything away from the original. We just add a few things we want to add, like the ability to actually hold your sister's hand is like actually a big thing that they added. Yeah,
that's cool.
It is, yeah. But
I like little things like that.
Yeah. It adds something. They're like, we actually didn't do this in the past for a reason, but we really want to do this now, and I love it. I love it. I always stump for that game, and I can just all I can say is like, it's not your traditional horror game that people think of like now. It's much more like just environmental and understanding the story. So as long as you like, kind of those good deep narratives of just like mystery and trying to figure out like what's going on, and unique gameplay mechanics. I mean, there's one jump scare in the whole game, and it's funny. So
okay,
yeah, it just relies on ambiance.
What was the original system that it was on? Do you know?
Yeah, it was on it was originally on PS2. Yeah, it wasn't on the original PlayStation. It was on PS2.
That's what I thought. Wow, yeah. It deserves a remake. Yeah. That's super cool. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, other ones in the series have been remade. For whatever reason, that wasn't. So,
Oh my gosh, it's like the Luigi's Mansion. With Luigi's Mansion, didn't they remake like 2 for some reason?
I think so, yeah. And since GameCube on Switch Online is out now you can play the original. It's not remade, but like I think it's up-resed a little bit for the Switch Online.
Interesting.
So, better?
Better? Question mark?
Yeah, maybe.
So I just played a horror game on my channel that also is camera focused, which I think is cool that we both did that. I played a game called Madison on my channel, and I saw Barbarous King, Barb, play it. I can't remember if it was last year or the year before. And I bought it last year to play. And my October just got so crazy that I never ended up booting up the game. So I just kind of got like a little cheeky, and I was like, you know what? I want to play an unplanned horror game this week that I just had no plan to do. Every year I play PT, the playable teaser from Kojima that never got made into Silent Hills that was supposed to, because I'm blessed to still have the demo on my PS4. That is my every year game. PT, super creepy. I always forget every year what you're supposed to do, and I scream and get scared. And people love it. They look forward to it every year. I'll probably retire it next year. I think playing it like 4 years in a row is like enough. But
is that what it stands for? Is that what PT stands for?
PT stands for playable teaser.
I'm also lucky enough to have it on my PS4.
Do you really?
I do. I've never played it because I was like, oh, this isn't my thing. But I also had no idea what it stood for. I did know it was like the Silent Hill thing that never got, they're gonna have to turn that into a whole thing. at some point, right?
It got made into so like the whole project was like Norman Reedus, and then it got moved and kind of like shifted into after like the whole like breakup with Kojima and everything. Like he ended up making Death Stranding with Norman Reedus, so like totally different idea. But you actually find out that PT stands for playable teaser at the end of the demo. It just credits will flash and it says PT and then it says playable teaser, and you're like, oh my god, that's what it's for.
Okay. Oh my gosh. See, this is what I get for not playing it.
But it's crazy because when I had Pancho Taco on last episode, we had done, I quizzed him and I was like, guess the top 10 horror games of all time. PT is on it. Is on IGN's top 10 horror games of all time. Not only is it not even a game, it's a demo.
Really?
It's a demo.
Yeah.
But it is revered as one of the best horror games of all time. Like what it could have been is incredible. And now Kojima has a new project, OD, that they have all the, they showed that at that one direct, and it looks super, super, super scary. But people are saying online, there's whispers that it's going to have PT vibes and possibly even be an extension of PT. So, and I think Jordan Peele is involved in that too. So I'm very excited for that.
We'll have to figure out what it stands for. What is it? OD?
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think about that it's initials.
Official
just like PT.
demo.
Official demo.
You'll see it when the credits roll.
Wow.
That's cool. I didn't know anything about that. And I mean, I know Jordan Peele, has obviously established himself in this realm. Like, that's very cool.
It looks super sick. Just to end on Madison, it was a super scary game, very, very involved with the camera. It came out in 2023. But a lot of it, like when you take a picture, like your surroundings change and there's some time travel involved. And I will tell you, it is, if you do not like jump scares and you don't like, that is just not your thing, Madison ain't your game. It was jump scares constantly. It's the kind of horror game I don't like to play. But I think my audience really enjoyed it. And listen, I'm a woman. I live alone. I had every light on in this apartment while I played that.
Oh, yeah.
Not a kitchen light, hallway light, living room light, my 2 stream lights, my behind me light. I had every light on, baby. They were all on. And I have no shame about it. My audience is like, turn your lights off. It'll be scarier. Nope. Mm-mm.
No.
Not unless you want to come sleep in my bed with me.
Yeah, it's peak scary right now. We're good. I was going to ask you too, because Ashley knows this full well. I'm a big nerd. I raid in World of Warcraft, and I just I've happened to raid in World of Warcraft for like the last 8 years, exactly when Ashley streams. So I get these very good like out of context. I can't usually have sound on, so I just see Ashley out of the corner of my eye. And watching you during Madison was very funny, especially like with no sound on, just like all this like out of context like body reactions. But I did want to ask you, because you said time travel. Yeah. And I am a sucker for that. There are so many games that I have played with time travel, or like movies I watch, like all this stuff. Can I just like, is it too spoilery to ask you a little bit like how that kind of plays into that?
I don't think so. I'll explain it in a not spoiler way if possible, but you kind of follow this man through a journey in a house, and there's times where when you're taking the picture, when you have the camera, it all of a sudden your surroundings change, and it will tell you like in certain parts what year you are in. So you're in the same place in a couple of instances in the game, but once you flash your camera on a certain thing, you're either in the 50s or you're in the 70s or you're in the 2000s, and you see kind of how your environment changes through that, and the story is different and progresses in that way. It was really, really cool. I've never played a horror game that had elements like that of time travel, and well, actually, maybe I did a little bit, because Visage, I'm sorry, I always say that one wrong. Visage has a little bit of that going on too, which is probably one of my favorite horror games of all time. But
I would have said Visage as well. I would have been.
Ponch told me last time it's Visage, and so everyone has corrected me since then. So thank you, listeners, for making sure that I say Visage correctly. You guys are the best.
I'll go contrarian here. I will never say it correctly. I refuse. Sorry, Punch. No, that's super cool. I realize like makes for great podcasting. Me just staring there with my jaw open. But when you were describing like sometimes you're in the 80s, sometimes you're in 2000, I like my jaw's so, I'm like I love that. I hate jump scares
cool.
though. I will.
It's
oh gosh,
very much full of them. Very full of them. The creepy stuff pops up out of absolute nowhere. You think you're safe, and then all of a sudden it is just and it's loud noises with it, and it's the worst of the worst as far as like scaring you for sure. I was scared playing the game, but I honest to God enjoyed the story. And I heard they're gonna a couple of years ago or a year ago or so, I think they announced DLC. There's been nothing else from the studio about it since they announced it, but I do actually hope that they do DLC for this game because I really did like it. I really did.
Yeah, you've been raving about it. I knew how much you liked that. I was there when you finished up and you said nothing but good things about it. And then since then we have talked about it I think a couple times, and like I was like, man, like I'm really tempted to just like give it a shot, you know. Because it just off stream kind of thing, just kind of like maybe not.
All right, kid, I think it's time.
And now this could be one of those bait and switch segues. It could be more now would be a good time to go to this, but I don't know. I'm here for it. Where are we going?
I think we have to talk about the biggest topic of everyone's last week. Which is Pokemon Legends ZA. We got to do it. It's time.
We got to do it.
Because what if we talk about it for so long that we go past our time? You just never know. You as somebody who was a Pokemon streamer for such a long time, where Kaizo Ironmon was your game that you played when I met you for so long, and then you branched out of it. ZA comes out, such huge hype about it. Everyone's excited. For me personally, it's the first mainline Pokemon game that I've played since Red, Blue, Yellow. I've played I've played every side game possible, all the snaps, Stadium, Coliseum. I played Pokemon Go. I played TCG Pocket. Every side game you could think of with Pokemon, I do, but I have not played a mainline since the beginning. Your X and Y, your Sun and Moon, all that I never touched. Love watching them so much, but this was the first time I had gotten back into Pokemon mainline since I was a kid. So I have a lot to say. But I have been in your stream every single day as you have played it, and I can't wait to talk about what happened in your stream today. We'll get there.
Oh gosh, I got so upset again.
Yep, I know.
Foreshadowing.
I have it in my notes ready to go. But let's start off with, how are you liking it so far, my friend?
I'm going to. I want to say nothing but nice things to start.
You don't have to.
I'm going to do that because for my safety in my inbox. I need to be like I need to like get out ahead of this. First off, you mentioned that this is your first mainline Pokemon game you've played since Red, Blue, Yellow, which I think this is actually a really, really, really good point to jump in. I think that this game is great for that. There's a lot to go see. There are going to be all those new Pokemon for you. There are going to be a lot of familiar ones to you. Like, well, you played Pocket and Go and stuff like that. But even if let's say you hadn't.
Right.
And you would only just play Gen 1, but you'll find your Bellsprouts and your Pikachus and things like that, right? And your Ghastlies. But like then you can meet all the new Pokemon. There's the game runs really nicely on both Switch 1 and Switch 2.
Yeah.
It looks nice. It's friendly. It's got that kind of just fun, cute Nintendo feel to it. I like that stuff about it. And I am having fun with the game. I'm just gonna flat out say that I am having fun with the game. I want to keep playing it. Like I was sitting there before we hopped on here to record. I picked up my Switch and I was like, ooh, I could just go like farm some Pokemon or something. I was like, no, I'm gonna like wait for stream. I thought about it. I was like,
tough part about being a streamer. Like sometimes like you want to play your game so badly offline, but your audience is gonna kill you because they want to see it all. It's tough.
Yeah, I'm like, what if I catch my second shiny? Like, oh, then I can't use my Switch for like 3 days. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. So, but I like it, and I'm having fun with it. My thing.
Where's the butt?
Legends, the butt is, it's the second Pokemon Legends game, with the first one being Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Right.
Some people will say Arceus. I just say Arceus. You know, it's whatever. The advertisement said Arceus, so that's where I first heard it.
That's what I say.
But yeah, there you go.
Arceus.
They give you a phone called the Arc phone. If you call it the Arse phone, it's gonna sound weird. Just call it the Arc phone. So, Pokemon Legends Arceus it is my favorite Pokemon game.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I love it. It's just, it was so different, and it's very mature. You're still playing as a kid, but it's like the origin of the Pokemon story, and you're in this kind of raw world out in the wild, like touching on real world topics, like the polarization of like different religious beliefs and stuff. Like, it's like in a Pokemon game, and it's like wow. Like, so yeah. And I know it's not without its flaws. It was an experiment, because they completely changed the formula. Like, the formula that's in ZA now largely came from Arceus. Even Scarlet Violet, like, a lot of that came from Arceus. So that game really established it. So going into ZA, my expectations, like, I was like, no, just temper your expectations. Like, don't get too hyped.
Right.
Couldn't stop it. I was through the roof and the stratosphere, and I was like on another planet. Like, I couldn't. I'm like, this is gonna be. I can't. Like, I'm gonna do like a midnight release or like 11 a.m. release. I'm gonna have to play 2 copies of this so I can play on my own. And like, but once I started playing, I realized, like, okay, this is not that game, and they're still kind of experimenting. And there's a lot in the game that's falling flat for me, personally, just because I think my expectations were so high. But what I love is that they're trying new stuff, right? It's not just like it's not just the Pokemon that we remember from 1998 or something. They're trying new things, and I love that. And you know what? Like, we're still catching Pokemon, and whenever I hear a shiny noise, I get excited. And I've played for like 22 hours now, which apparently, according to some people, is like, you're just getting into the game. I know. 85. I
know so many people who are 60, 80 hours in already.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm saving for stream, guys. I can't. Like, I'm slow, okay?
It's a tough part.
I still get excited though. I hear like the shiny sparkle. I get excited. I just did a part of the story that I really enjoyed, and I thought was really funny, and I'm enjoying it. I think that, like, for me, it didn't reach the expectations yet. I still have more of the game to do, but it didn't reach the expectations yet that I've wanted it to. But I am enjoying the game. And I think I'm enjoying it even more because I get to play it on stream.
Yeah, you get to enjoy it with your people. And it's, like, I had no plan to stream it myself. It happened to be that I was doing a co-stream with actually Pancho Taco, and we were playing Until Dawn. Did you know that Until Dawn has a game-breaking glitch in it in the PS5 version that can stop your whole game? Because that's
so I've heard. Yeah,
I was on a chat today with the PlayStation support for like almost an hour. They asked me 100,000 questions, but I got my refund, which is great. And we will continue it eventually. Where I'm buying it on PS4, so we're just not gonna play the remake. But I just love Until Dawn, so I'm excited for that. But what happened that night was I was like, well, I guess we're done here. Bye, Pancho Taco. And I was like, what the heck am I gonna stream tonight? And it was the day that Pokemon came out. It was the Thursday a week ago that it came out. And I was like, you know what? I went to GameStop today. I bought the game, and I had planned to play it offline. I had no plan to stream it whatsoever. I was like, well, you know what? I think that since I have a free night tonight, I'm going to go crazy, and I'm going to open up my copy, and I'm going to play it on stream. And that's what I did. I had the best time. It was such a relaxing experience for me to, like, play a game like that. I was excited. I think everybody else was really, because I'm sure people were watching all day long, like other people playing it. and it's different content for me, so I didn't know how people were going to react, but I had the best time because I'm thinking, like, to me, and no offense to my Pokemon fans, I love you all so much, but to me, I think the reason I didn't play a mainline game for so long is because they kind of all seemed so similar to me. It's like, you know, you start with you pick your starter, gym, get to the ending, you know, your Elite Four or whatever you have at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Hooray, you win. So I didn't know what to expect. And without spoilers, from all the Pokemon games I've watched and what I have played, ZA definitely is different. They have tested the waters, done some new things, and for me personally, I'm really enjoying all the different things that they've done. I'm just having a blast, like playing a modernized Pokemon game, and I mean, I can't say enough about it. It's been a 10 out of 10 experience for me so far. I have no complaints. It's the thing I will say too that I love about it. It's very linear if you want it to be, because the game will tell you, here's where you're supposed to go right now, but you don't have to. You can just go do what you want to do. But when you're ready to progress, it is so clear what the game wants you to do, and I love that. I love that I have a sense of direction, and I don't have to constantly ask my audience, am I doing this right? Am I doing the right thing here? Am I supposed to do this and go here? Now they're helping me with like catching stuff, and I was trying to, the other night, were you there? And I was trying to catch that Dratini.
Oh yeah, that 2% chance to catch that Dratini, and you got it.
I mean, it took me like at least 30 tries of resetting the game, but I was like, I'm not leaving here until I catch my Dratini and evolve it into a Dragonair. If you do not know, Dragonair is my absolute favorite Pokemon of all time. I'm sorry, Falcon, what is your favorite Pokemon of all time?
I'd be Dragonite.
Which I think is so cool.
I love the lineage here, yeah.
My Pokemon evolves into your favorite Pokemon. I think that's so cool. Out of all the hundreds of Pokemon that exist, I love that.
I have a mug I always like pull out every once in a while when I see Ashley in chat. It's just, I always have it next to me. It's a little mug that got turned into a candle, and it has a Dragonair and a Dragonite on it, and it's just,
so cute.
It's adorable. I gotta say, I love watching you play it, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
It actually renews like my vigor and my like energy to play the game, because you are just having fun. And I feel like I keep saying this to folks, like while I'm playing, I'm like, I don't know why anyone wants to watch me play. I'm just complaining the whole time. Like I'm just like complaining the whole time, but I'm like, I swear, I promise I'm having fun. Please believe me. Like I'm having fun.
You have the experience of so many Pokemon games that, like, I remember one time I had a family member over, and Barb was on my TV, and they were like, who gives a crap what this guy's saying? And I was like, no, you don't understand. This man plays the hardest games of all time. If you wanted an opinion about a game, this is the man you want it from. And I feel like you're that way with Pokemon. I feel like because I have watched you every single day that you've played the game. I have not even thought about if even in my own private thoughts, I've never thought to myself, oh my gosh, he won't stop complaining. It's just been fun. To me, it's more that you're so knowledgeable that you have like something profound to say in comparison to maybe other games, because it's what you did for so long.
Oh, that's what I try to. That's what how I try to not spin it, but actually have it be. Is that, like I'm coming at this like as a fan, so if I'm complaining about something, it's because like I want to see something like be better, but I'm also kind of just pointing out the whole time, like I love that they're trying stuff.
Me too.
Exactly what you said, like why you're having fun, is because it's not just the same thing over and over.
I love that.
Oh gosh, this is such a leap here, but I think that's also what attracts a lot of people to like Breath of the Wild. And like Tears of the Kingdom,
the opposite.
Right? Or exactly, right?
Not
like
Zelda. That's not my Zelda.
Gosh. Well, that's what so many people were turned off of Legends Arceus, because they're like, wait, there's no gyms. I'm like, no, there's no gyms. And like, you're not going into like a Pokemon battle to catch every Pokemon. I'm like, no, you're just throwing balls and stuff. What is this? It's just like, it's different,
I think it's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome. And also, by the way, not my Zelda people, you had Echoes of Wisdom, and that game was awesome. So, like, look, they didn't stop just making the formulaic, like, 8 dungeon, whatever Zelda game. Like, but let companies try something different. And it might not always be a home run, but things have to stay fresh and good. So,
yeah, I agree. Yeah. I have some numbers for you.
Yeah.
As of this podcast, Pokemon Legends EA has sold about $6 million worth of copies.
Oh
Isn't that
gosh.
crazy? It's been out for a week. And do you know almost half of that is on Switch too, which I'm actually surprised about.
That is surprising. I think that actually says a couple of things. One is, I mean, we knew that the Switch 2 sold like crazy. It was, I think, the fastest like selling start to a console, and they did a good job making it available because we were all rushing. You know, some of us were playing What the Golf the day that the Switch 2 released because they were still waiting for this to be delivered. Look, we don't talk about that, okay?
Falcon.
I remember so many of you coming to like, it was like just like dressed in black with like a veil over your faces. Like, I'm so sorry. My condolences that you are not like playing Mario Kart World today. I'm just like, it's fine.
Know.
What the Golf's a great game. I love this. Like, this is some serious cope, dude. Like, I'll be fine. Okay. But like, they did a good job making it available because like after that first bit, like now everyone has it available. I'm never going to say that $500 is a little bit of money. It is not a little bit of money. $5 is not a little bit of money to people.
No.
But like it's so much it's easier to get than like a PlayStation or like a whole big computer or something. It's the Switch 2 is Nintendo knows what they're doing. And, you know,
I
Pokemon.
think too, it is Pokemon, and I think too, like, there was a lot of harsh criticism about the Switch 2 when it came out, that it came out with no games, and what's the point of spending all the money? But like, I look at it in maybe I'm weird, but I look at it in a totally different way. Like, I'm like, look at all the free updates that they've given us for games. Examples, of course, being, you know, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. They're about to come out with a Pikmin 4 free update, by the way, which I'm not a Pikmin person myself, but like, and have you ever played a Pikmin?
I played the first Pikmin and I didn't get it, but then I watched a friend play. Was it Pikmin 4 is the newest one, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was the funniest thing. I'm like, you mean your job is to keep like these little things from like just getting like eaten and stuff? That's so funny. Like when you finish a level, it tells you like how many you lost. I'm like, that's messed up.
I know.
Like I gotta play this. This is messed up.
I know. I recently actually just watched a friend play it and it was the first footage I've ever seen of Pikmin out of all 4 games. And listen, I know people say it's Miyamoto's baby. He loves his Pikmin so much, and I again personally don't get it. I love it for you, but not to like digress too much. But they're doing like decor Pikmin, which I think is cool. They're coming out with a field camera, and then they're coming out with something called creature activity levels. So like, it's like they're going so in depth with it. And I'm sorry, but we've already had incredible titles on the Switch 2. You can tell me that it didn't launch with a ton of titles. I get that. But the things that they're going to be coming out with for NSO and Donkey Kong and Mario Kart World and Pokemon, and we have so many things coming, like Hyrule Warriors and Metroid Prime 4, and I don't know. I'm happy with it so far. Personally, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I get it. I get what people were complaining about, and the simple response was like, just don't get it. Like,
I
you
know
what? Like, if this isn't your thing, just don't get it. Like, look, as a company, I get Nintendo. I get the hate for it. I understand it completely. I'm a big Nintendo sucker. I understand.
Same.
Yeah, right. Raise your hand if you're a Nintendo sucker. It's both of us. We are.
It's us. But like, we're also streamers. We're Nintendo streamers. Like it's our job. So as people who stream, like, we are expected to be playing these games in the beginning. And there's always, you know, I don't always feel a sense of urgency, but I know in like a lot of communities, there's that sense of urgency that the game came out. I must be playing it now. And sometimes that's tough because everyone and their mother sometimes is playing the same game, but your audience is sometimes expecting you to be playing these games day one, like Legends EA. So, I mean, so I get other people complaining about the price point, and I get people complaining about the lack of, you know, large titles, you know, a few months into the console's launch. But, you know, for people who stream on Twitch, like, We had to do what we had to do, baby.
Yeah, and I mean, like, gosh, I realize also, I never think of it this way, but I realize, like, we're influencers because
We are.
we have had people, I think both of us have absolutely had people end up getting a Switch 2 after seeing us play it, like, with, like, okay, Mario Kart World looks really fun, or, oh my gosh, I gotta get Bonanza now, or, like, you know what, I think Legends of ZA might get me to get it. I have not heard anyone say that afterwards they regret it. You know, no one said, like, you know what, I regret this. Like, no, like, you know what, this is, look how long the Switch lasted. 8 years.
8 years is a long time.
Like, over 8 years. And I mean, Legends EA was still for Switch, so they're still making things for it. And it's also, again, the kind of going back to what we were saying about, like, Legends EA and how they're changing formulas. This isn't all just for us anymore. Like, you know, we used to be the kids who were playing, but right. Nintendo is doing a great juggling act of holding both our, you know, somewhere near 40, like, year old, like, attention, you know, however old we are, you know, 20 something, I don't know. And, like, they're doing a great job of holding our attention, but also, like, I have the Nintendo Today app, I think is what it is, like, the calendar.
Yeah, me too.
And everything. Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's my little, like, if I swipe right, it's my second home screen. And I saw the Pikmin video about, like, the little, like, invisible Pikmin, but, like, only children can see them or something.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah, that little video that they came out with. That was so interesting.
Yeah, and I thought to myself, I'm like, I couldn't care less about this, but this is cool. Like, this is cool. And, like, you know
bet
what?
Kids would love it.
Right. Exactly. Kids are absolutely loving it, or people of, like, our generation who like Pikmin in the past like it. And then there's, like, other games like Splatoon. I think Splatoon is brilliant and is huge for Nintendo. I only played one of them because my students got it for me. They were like, "You're a gamer. We're getting you Splatoon," and I played the heck out of it. I loved it. Aww. I loved it too because it's, you know, coming from, like, kids. It's them sharing something they love with me. So like, that's actually, like, really special. And, like, I played the heck out of it because of that. But I realized, I'm like, this is brilliant. And it may not be, like, actually, I do like it. I don't know why I haven't played more, but it might not be for everyone. But, like, we should be glad that they're doing this because it, you know, it keeps the company going and also brings in a new audience. So they can
see the strategy.
We love.
I do. Yeah. I'm 37 and I know in my heart of hearts that if Nintendo puts a Triforce on it, I will buy it. I don't care what it is. If there's a Triforce, buy. Here's my card, the Pepega card or whatever it is. Like, I'm ready to go. But they understand too that, like, their young audience from, like, 20, 30, 40 years ago now has adult money. You know, now we have jobs and we're adults and they know we're going to spend it, and or get, you know, people who have kids, like, get their kids in on it and all that stuff. So, but the fact that, you know, they're appealing to every audience, and listen, Nintendo ain't dumb. I will say that forever. They ain't dumb.
No. It's exactly what you said. There's a Triforce on it, a Pokeball, a hat with an M, a red tie that says DK. Like, you know, any of these things. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Like, it's the Futurama with Fry. Like, take my money. Like, you know, it's just,
I'll tell you what, too. Going back to Pokemon, there's a site called Pokemon, you know, Pokemon Center, that site, right?
Yeah.
So they were offering Legends EA, and if you bought it through them from the pre-sale, you got a plushie with it. Okay.
Yeah, I saw.
And it was one
plushies.
of the starters, and it was a mystery which one you were going to get.
Yeah.
Okay. Listen, I love a mystery. I don't know about you. I love a mystery.
Oh my gosh. I had a little bit of anxiety looking at that because on the one hand, there were a lot of pre-order bonuses I thought were cool. They had that. There was that one, which that gave me anxiety because I was like, well, what if I don't get the one I want? And then I realized, I'm like, I want all of them, so I can't. Do I buy 3? I'm not guaranteed to get them. And I started, like, freaking out. But there Best Buy had you know those desk mats that you just use, like, an all-in-one? Like, sure. They had a big desk map, I think, of, like, all the starters. It's cool looking. I would also say, just tip for people, they don't always sell out of those. Go to your local Best Buy. They might have some you could buy for, like, $10 if you want a Pokemon desk map.
That's a good
But
thought.
like, there were so many of those, and I sat there and I love this for me. I am a sucker who buys collector's editions and pre-order bonuses and everything like that. And right,
Same.
you get it, yeah. But since I've been playing new releases on stream, that's how I've gotten myself to not do that, because I'm like, I don't need more things. And I just get it like digitally now, which I prefer physical, but I usually just be like, look, you know what, I'm not going to gather something. And that's got me to kick my like collector's edition habit. I will say though, someone was very, very sweet, and I don't want to call them out because I didn't ask them first, but when I got the Echoes of Wisdom digital copy, I said, y'all, I'm just going to cancel my physical copy because I want to be able to play at midnight with you. Someone actually sent me the in-store display, and that was the one I actually really, really wanted. It was like a little display with Zelda. Yeah, they were like, here, because you sacrificed like getting this to play with all of us, and I was like, that's the sweetest thing. It sits next to me all the time now, and at my next to my computer.
I mean, like, as from a perspective of someone who streams on Twitch, how many times I've had to double buy games because I have to play it at midnight release because that is what is expected of me. But I want a physical copy for my collection, so I have to buy it 2 times. Is crazy. I would if I could change one thing about the gaming industry, it would be that if I bought a physical copy of something, that I get a digital copy of it as well. I think that would be life changing for the gaming industry.
I think that's actually a PC game thing. There are a lot of PC games that will do that, you know, because even a lot of those, if you buy something physically, it's just what does Nintendo call it now? Like the something game
virtual
card.
Game card.
Yeah, like there's nothing actually on it. You end up just downloading it anyway. But it's I think they took that from and people complain about that. They took it from the PC world. Like that's been around for a while. So, you know. So
in ZA, as with every Pokemon game, you have 3 starters and you get to pick your starter. So in this game, you have your fire Pokemon, which is Tepig. You have your water, which is Totodile. And you have your grass Pokemon, which is Chikorita. Do you want to take a guess what Pokemon that more than half of people chose in ZA so far?
This is so tough. Usually, I don't know, forever. I think I might be wrong about this, but I always think I want to say the fire Pokemon are the most popular. I'm gonna guess it's Chikorita though.
Who did you choose as your starter?
I chose Chikorita.
Who did I choose as my starter?
You chose Chikorita.
I did.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Am I wrong? Really?
Want to guess again?
I know I should guess I'm going to guess Totodile.
It is Totodile.
Wow, really?
More than half of people chose Totodile, which is the water Pokemon, yeah.
I wonder if that thing I'm saying about the fire Pokemon is even right. That's, wow, I didn't think it was going to be Totodile. It sure
was in the early games, for sure. I feel like everybody picked Charmander in the beginning. I feel like he was just the popular choice.
Yeah, I think it's funny, but I think it's I love little very quick sidebar. My master's, not my master's thesis, sorry, one of my like undergrad thesis things was about the psychology of colors, and I love that. I think it's like the coolest thing, that colors like can be such a psychologically like significant thing, and I think it's because red is such a popular color, and like Pokemon Red, I think was more popular. I think like Pokemon Scarlet was more popular. Like anything that's red, I think tends to be a more popular thing. So that's why I'm like, yeah, I like fire Pokemon, right? But little Totodile.
Little Totodile is the one.
Good for Totodile. I was debating between the two. I wasn't going to pick Tepig. I was strongly debating between Chikorita and Totodile, and I ultimately was like, you know, I like Meganium more than Feraligatr. So
yeah. I'm happy with my choice so far because I keep my starter for the whole game every time that I play a Pokemon game. It's just who I am as a person. I've seen a lot of people who don't do that. But
monsters.
Monster.
This is your best friend. Like, what are you doing? This is your companion. What if Ash got rid of Pikachu? How could you?
You made a promise. You made a promise.
Yeah. Hey, I know you were there for me from the start, but I don't know. This Gummy's looking good.
Okay. All right. It's time. We got to talk about what happened in your stream today.
I served it up to you. It's a
You
painful
served
memory,
me a
but I'll relive
Segway
it.
on a plate, baby, and I'm eating. I'm hungry. My dear friend Falcone, today I was in your stream and I was watching you live on twitch.tv/StreamingFalcon, and something happened. And I just want to say, if the clip I made today is not your top clip of the year, I don't understand your audience. But you discovered something in Pokemon Legends ZA that I think the people need to know. I think this is important. So would you kindly share what happened on your stream today?
Sure. Okay. So this isn't a secret. This is something they advertised up front with the game. There's a day-night cycle in Legends ZA, which is cool. Day-night cycle was a really integral part of Pokemon since like Gen 2. It's going way back. The way they do it though is I actually equate it to the Blood Moon in
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, yeah, like
Yep.
The blood moon rises once again, right? Like I say that every time. Like people are gonna be so sick of me saying this, like, but like every time it becomes night, I just go like, yeah, the blood moon rises again. I get it. And what it does is it it serves the purpose of like kind of clearing out like some Pokemon that are in the world and replacing with new ones. Like maybe instead of seeing like a Bellsprout during the day, like a nice happy plant, you'll see a ghost instead because now it's nighttime.
Mm-hmm.
And it serves its purpose. But what it also does, and a lot of people will have probably figured out, is it actually resets what you're doing too. So if you're in a battle with something, like let's say I'm fighting, I don't know, a Goomy, which is a little pile of goo that smiles at you. It's adorable. It's so silly. And if I'm in the middle of fighting it, it'll just reset the fight, and the Goomy will just be back where it was. I'll be standing where I was, and I have to start it again. I'm like, oh, it's irritating. It's so irritating. But like, whatever. Now, okay, you know what's coming, and once you realize, like, okay, I can kind of see like a clock around the map, I can just plan out better. Fine. I just don't want to get cut off in the middle of my fights. I put so much time into this, right? So I happen to run up to an alpha Goomy, which is a particularly strong big Goomy, just sitting there on the street, not even in like a place where you would expect to find. It was just hanging out on the street. I'm like,
just
this
chilling
is
on the street.
It's chilling. I love Goomy. I'm like, I need this. So I go, and it's kind of getting close to night. I didn't realize. I start fighting it. And if you defeat the Pokemon, there's like a short window where it gets those like little Looney Tunes dizzy stars around its head. It's like woo woo, and you can throw a Pokeball, and it's easier to catch. And I throw a Pokeball, and it gets in the ball, and the ball rattles once, it rattles twice, and the blood moon rises once again. It turns to night. Now, I knew that if you were in the middle of a fight, it resets the fight. But I'm like, wait a second. It will do that when I'm throwing a ball? It's in the ball. Like, this is my Goomy. So I immediately get this like feeling of like dread. And I'm like, I think I know how this is going to end up. But I think I said, like, I swear if this isn't in my boxes, I'm gonna lose my mind. And I did lose my mind because it wasn't in my box. And I threw my Pro controller, my Pro 2 controller, and that thing's not cheap. I was upset about that.
It's like $100.
I was so upset about that. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like checking it afterwards. I'm like, hey, baby, are you okay? It's fine.
Aww.
Like, but I was so. I had one of those moments where, like, if I quit this game right now, who would care? Who would care if, like, I stopped? I was so upset. Someone in my chat goes, like, I've quit games for this. I'm like, yeah, I so have.
Yeah. I bet if you weren't streaming it, you would have quit.
Yep. Oh, 100%. I'm like, if I wasn't streaming this, and if this weren't $70, and even then, I'm still tempted. Like, I might. But, thankfully, I realized, I was like, but wait. Maybe it just still thinks I'm in the fight with the Pokemon. And if I just turn to the right and I look to the side and it was just back there, the little pile of goo smiling at me with a silly little face. And I caught it in a cooler Pokemon. But I was upset. I was really upset. Like, I'm still upset.
Falcon, when day turned to night and you had that like your eyes widened, and the moments from when the animation to change to night came up until like it became like actual nighttime and you could see if you had caught the Pokemon or not felt like a decade. Like it was probably 20 seconds. I never felt a longer 20 seconds in my entire life because we all knew you weren't going to have it. We all knew you weren't going to have it.
We knew, right? We knew. Like, oh my gosh. I put my hand in my on my face right now. My face is hot. Like I am just like, I'm still upset about that Gumi. And I have it. It's my party. I've already evolved it. But like, boy, I was so wronged for that brief like minute experience.
I want to touch on one more Pokemon thing before we possibly move on from this topic. I know we spent a lot of time, but this is just the biggest thing in gaming this last week is Pokemon Legends ZA.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of interesting dialogue in the game. I don't know if you've come across any that certainly seems like adult humor / conversation. But have you heard?
I have a cheeky smile now.
It's cheeky, all right. Have you heard that the Japanese version of Legends ZA is talking about Pokemon pooping? Have you heard this?
I have not. Wait, what?
I swear to God. I swear to God. And I looked on like a bunch of different sources. I was like, there's no way this is true. IGN is reporting on it. Like they're saying, because like there's a lot of weird stuff on our version here in the United States, but the Japanese version is so much weirder. And like there is just like conversations going on about like holding my partner's balls is different than the Pokeballs, and talking about like Pokemon going to the bathroom. Like I didn't even know Pokemon went to the bathroom. That's so cool.
I didn't know that. I mean, is it bad that I kind of love that? Like, because
are you kidding me?
I kind of love it. Yeah, right? We got screwed on this because like it's sort of like the game's evolving, right? Like it's becoming a little more they know, like, look, we were the kids. We were, like 10 years old or something like that playing Pokemon when it first came out. And now like we want to just know more about like what makes sense. Like logical stuff, right? Like Pokemon sometimes look, everyone poops, and that includes Pokemon. I don't know. Yeah. And I am guilty of still having a command on my bot that will take you to a tier list of which Pokemon I think would be the most delicious. I've definitely ranked that before because look, even I think in the anime, no, it's no. I mean, there's a series that does this online as well. I think the correct answer is always just Togepi. It's an egg. Eggs are great in everything.
But the colors of the egg.
That's just cool. I highly recommend everyone a little watching recommendation. Check out Brian David Gilbert did this for Polygon, ranking the edibility of every Pokemon. I just spoiled it for them. I'm so sorry for doing that. But like, look, nobody look. Yeah, you don't need to look. It's people asked for it. You didn't need to know the answer. It's got to be Togepi. I mean, eggs are so versatile. But like,
all right,
we found out that there's like a cotton candy Pokemon. Which one is it? Like Slurpuff or something? Little Pokemon that walks. It's like a puff of cotton candy with its tongue sticking out. It's adorable. I'm like, okay, but can we eat it? And the thing is, it's I think that it's hair, like it's covered in hair. So I'm like, I don't want that because like hair is like it's not a good texture. Like, yeah, but does it taste good?
So are we gonna not mention Vanillite or any of the like?
Yeah,
it's an ice cream cone.
Right, and that's what I'm wondering. Is it like actual, or is it fur? I the mouth feel is important here. This is, see, what we're doing right here, this is how you get tier lists of how delicious Pokemon are.
Next time that we have you on, we'll have to figure out an interesting Pokemon tier list to do.
Oh my gosh, yeah. But I love it because like I think they show it's in the anime or something. They show I think so. They show a cooked Magikarp, right? It's like a whole like Magikarp like fried. I'm like, that actually looks pretty good, and it makes you think like that's what's happening in the world of Pokemon, right? Why not talk about it? Pokemon poop. I love it.
Any other thoughts on ZA before I move on to one more Pokemon topic for the day?
I'm just thinking about Pokemon pooping now. I'm
sorry. That's my fault. I never talk about bathroom stuff either. I'm like such a girl, and I'm like, I don't go to the bathroom because I'm a girl, and I don't talk about bathroom stuff. But I had to mention that when they said that they're talking about them pooping in Japan. I was like, dang, we didn't get that. That's messed up.
Well, I'm actually thinking about it more in like a cute way. Like I'm thinking like, you know what, a Vanillite probably poops little ice creams, and that's great.
Oh,
so,
like
right, exactly.
The little mini Frosties.
Yes. I think that
God.
was. I think in the span of 2 minutes we went from Pokemon pooping to which tastes good and do they poop ice cream. So that's this is where that needed to go.
This has been wonderful so far. I have to touch briefly on another Pokemon game that I love. I know you play. I don't know how often you still play, but Pokemon TCG Pocket, which is a mobile Pokemon game. You open up digital cards. It's super fun. I love it. I actually have a subscription to it. I like pay the $10 a month, and I justify that because I don't watch television. I don't have any streaming services at all. So I'm like, you know what? If $10 a month makes me happy and I get to open my little fake Pokemon cards, it's the same price as my Starbucks order. So like, it is what it is. So there's been so many complaints from people about Pokemon TCG Pocket. The number one complaint being that they come out with new sets too quickly. I think like because it's kind of a collecting game. There is battling to it. There's like trading to it and everything. But because it's like people's kind of goals are like usually to complete a set, they are just coming out with new sets too quickly where people feel they need to spend money to try to collect them all or catch them all or whatever. So their solution to that was to come out with a deck that had cards in it that were already in other sets, which was the EX deck, and then it expires. So then now you have such a sense of urgency. Like, what am I going to do when it expires? Like now what am I going to do?
And I think it's also like the biggest set too.
It is the biggest set. There's like 350 cards in it or something, or maybe more.
Yeah, yeah. It's enormous compared to the other sets.
It's huge. It's huge, and it makes no sense that like the same cards are in that set as are in other sets.
Yeah, I mean, I have thoughts about it. I honestly, the EX set is I think really the only thing I really complain about with the game because I just don't like the set. I was just like, if I don't like it, I could just avoid it. Like it just confused me a little bit because you're getting reprints of the same cards, and I think they just kind of didn't land they didn't land the execution here because when you get a card, let's say I get a Dialga EX card and I already have it in another set, it won't tell me it's a new card, but it is a new card for the new set, so it's not labeled as new, but I don't know that. Right. And I think it's just a coding thing. Like they pushed it out so fast, they just didn't know how to code it, and it, frankly, it's obviously messed up, right? But like, okay, I think that game has actually done wonders for me with my with FOMO, just avoiding it because I'm just sort of like, you know what, I'm gonna set my own goal here. It really as a free to play player, it is very, very accessible to me. Like I don't feel inhibited in the game. Like you said, the little $10 like a month subscription is something that I've actually I do play it every day. it's something that I've kind of contemplated
Sure.
getting every now and then, because the game does keep me so engaged as a free player. I'm like, well, if I like this, I don't mind supporting it.
Right.
And I don't know. I mean, it's funny that people are complaining about there being too much to do. I don't. I don't know. I mean, I get it. I understand the FOMO, but like, set smaller. My goal is to complete the mini sets, like the little ones in between. I like completing those. So, yeah, and I've mostly done it, and I'm free to play. So
they came out with a statement today, TCG Pocket. I don't know if you saw it.
I didn't see it. No.
That they kind of recognized that like they kind of messed up with like the whole same cards, different decks, but they're the same. So they're actively working on. If now, I don't know, I guess maybe they're going to do this again, because they're saying that they're working on a mechanic where for future, if you have a card that is in multiple decks, it will from then on, when you get the card, populate in every deck that it should be in.
That's cool. Well,
which I think is a big W for them.
That's a huge win for them. Yeah. And I think they actually, I'm looking like at my phone as if I'm channeling the game. They did say, I believe, and I if I'm wrong about this, like, someone feel free to correct me, but they said that this set would be coming back, which I think is wonderful to alleviate people's like worry of FOMO, because you could easily not do that and try to like milk people for money. But they said, like, no, like, don't worry. This set's gonna come back. Like, it's here limited time, like, right now, but it'll come back later. And I don't know. Like, I don't feel... This is a rare mobile game where I don't feel like it's really done anything, like, kind of, like, scummy.
I was gonna say shady, yeah.
Yeah, like, really, like, shady, like, money, like, ugh, like, get
There's
it
a lot of opportunities for you to, like, collect the currency that you need to open more packs. You can do the missions and battles and different things like that. So you don't like, you really, of course there's gonna be people who have a sense of urgency and want to spend money because they want now, but it does I will say, especially for Nintendo and for Pokemon, it does give you a lot of opportunity to not have to spend a dime.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes it real easy to just like, log in, if you're a free player, get your 2 free packs a day, get a bunch of the hourglasses, I'm sitting right now, like I usually open like 20, 30, 40 extra packs like each series. I'm still sitting here and I haven't done like hardly any battle or I've done no PvP. I haven't done many of the missions or anything like that. I'm still sitting here with like 400 hourglasses. So
wow.
Like it's just, I log in. Like I log in, and I play for a few minutes every day. I like collecting the card. I've collected Pokemon cards since the original first edition release. So this is a cool game for me, and I get that it upsets people because there's too much to do. Maybe it's not for them. I don't know.
The new set is coming out on the 30th. Today, by the way, I don't even think I said today's date of recording, which is October 24th. It is a Friday night that we are both recording. We started this recording at 11 p.m., by the way. We're both in Eastern time in the U.S., so we started. Listen, we're busy people, okay? We did what we had to do. But Mega Dimensions is the new set. It'll have 3 different types of packs. I know one had Gyarados on it. Then there's two other versions of the same pack, and that will be out on the 30th. It'll be out next week on the 30th.
Is that a very well-timed marketing strategy of releasing Mega Evolutions?
It could be.
Oh my. I'm going to sip my drink now with my pinky up at figuring that one out. Very smart Pokemon. Okay.
Very, very smart. So something else happened this last week in gaming as well, and that is our second Kirby Direct for Air Riders, and your eyes just widened in such a way, and I would love to hear your comment before I say another thing.
Oh, I think it's one of those things like Pikmin,
sure.
Where all of a sudden like everyone's news feeds are blowing up because Nintendo puts out a thing with a baby watching moving objects and like what the heck is going on here. But of all things to be like the biggest thing for Nintendo, none of my bingo cards had Kirby Air Riders like as the thing, but I mean, that's a Sakurai thing.
Yes.
That is his baby. Sakurai, everyone of like Smash Bros, right? Like the
Right.
dude who's, Kirby is like his thing. And I've seen speed runs and such of Kirby Air Riders. I never played it myself. I didn't even know it existed before ever being on Twitch. And now I'm kind of on board. Like
Did
I
you
love Kirby
watch
anyway,
the direct of this week? The 1 hour second direct that was dedicated to this game?
No, I almost did. I almost watched it just because I was like, what? Why? Like,
I know.
Like that's my intrigue with it. I actually really wanted to talk about it because I was just sort of like just thinking like, what? Why? I don't understand. I'm not against it, but
Sure.
I just don't get it. Like, and I want to understand. Because I rank like Nintendo IPs, right? It's like Mario and Zelda and I mean Pokemon, like right up there at the top, right?
Yep.
Those are always like the crown jewels, right?
Sure.
And then I think you take like a little step down and you get to like Donkey Kong and probably like Kirby, but
I agree with you. Couldn't agree more.
But like it's the biggest thing right now. I mean, I think that
they're pushing it to be the biggest thing right now.
That's right. I actually kind of wonder because what was the game that was on Switch? It was a Forgotten Lands.
Forgotten Lands.
Yeah, that was widely like praised for being awesome, and I sort of wonder if you couple like that with like DK Bonanza, if Nintendo's sort of like, you know what, we gotta bump up our other IP. Metroid Prime 4 is coming out. Metroid Prime, I would say, is like another step down as well. Like that's
Agreed.
I think Metroid, as much as it's revered, I think it might even be a step down.
Another tier down. I could not agree more.
Yeah.
Not that it's not wonderful. We love you, Metroid fans. I'm going to talk about Metroid in a little bit here. But if you're talking about the top IPs, I think that's third tier for sure.
Yeah, well, on my like Mount Rushmore of games, I'd put Super Metroid up there, like easily. But Nintendo, and it's just wide appeal and everything like that. It doesn't grab everyone like other games do. So I just think that this is probably another chance, and I would guess because of like multiplayer with the success of like Mario Kart, how big Nintendo has finally realized online gaming is and everything. They're just like, you know what, we have an opportunity here, and also like Sakurai is a brilliant,
right?
I think that's it. So as somebody who had like no interest in it, I probably will end up putting the direct on my TV after this. I'm gonna sit down, Persona 5 Royale, watch the direct.
I did watch the direct.
Oh yeah,
I did. I watched the whole thing live, and I have some things to say.
Okay.
So I was the person who, like many of you, was like, what are they doing? What could Sakurai possibly have to talk to me about for 60 more minutes on this game, which is a remake? What else could they possibly... I'm like, they never did this for Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, like the 3D Mario game. Was like, I've never seen them push a game the way they're pushing Air Riders. So I was sitting there like, what could they have to say? And I had to watch it for myself because I just was like, there's no way this is going to make me interested in the game. I was wrong. They made a believer out of me in that direct in such a way that I was like, wait a minute, this looks pretty cool. Like, I could not believe what they did. So it's kind of, it's a racing game with Kirby, and it's, you're competing against the launch title of Mario Kart World. But what they did with this game and the different things that they're adding to it, I could really see like why they're pushing it, because it just seems like there is going to be hours and hours and hours of gameplay for anyone that's going to pay the price point for it. Some of the things that they're adding, customizable vehicles, which I think is super cool.
That's huge.
Skins, colors, stickers, the whole nine. Like, you can customize absolutely everything. They're adding tons of new characters to the game. All the Kirby characters that you could possibly know and love are going to be playable in this game. Which my favorite, of course, is Rick the hamster, by the way.
Oh my gosh. I know.
You can play
I know.
as Rick
I know
the
exactly who you're talking about too. Yeah.
I bet.
Doesn't Kirby ride Rick like a horse?
There's games where he does ride on the back of Rick, yeah.
Kirby's faithful steed, Rick. That's great. You know what's so funny? When you started listing like the customization of like skins and decals, all this, I'm just like, I smelled fresh DLC, you know, and it just smelled like money burning, and I was like, ooh, I mean, this is it, right? Like, think about, I really wonder if they are going to use this to pull some ideas for Mario Kart. You know, like, hey, wait, will people go out of their way?
Yeah.
Like, they could easily test some stuff in this that they can then incorporate into Mario Kart, you know? Or maybe some stuff from Mario Kart got pulled in this, but like, there's no reason not to, like, we're seeing with Nintendo games them testing stuff that then they are then like being like, all right, we got to incorporate in other games.
Well, so one thing that I feel like they may have pulled from Kart is road trip mode, which I think is pulling from, like, what do they call it in Kart?
Gosh,
like freestyle mode or whatever it is.
Free roam or something.
Free roam, yes, free roam. But there's two things on here that I thought were interesting. One is that they're going to have time trials. However, I think that they failed here, which is that the time trials are not online. And Sakurai even made a comment, and he's like, "Oh, it's great that it's not online because you're competing with yourself." And I'm like, what? Like, that's just an excuse that you probably didn't get it done on time.
Good cover, bro. Yeah.
But the other thing is they have some really sick boss fights. Wouldn't you just love in a Mario Kart game to have a boss fight in a game like that? Because that was my favorite thing. I
want to answer your question with a question, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Did you play Diddy Kong Racing?
Diddy Kong Racing, this is an important thing to know about me, much as
Okay.
I love Zelda and all those IPs.
Uh-huh.
Diddy Kong Racing is my favorite OST, my favorite gaming soundtrack of all time. I religiously played it as a kid. Yeah.
It's so good. Does it kind of give you the vibe of Diddy Kong Racing with that like boss fight,
like Whiz Pig and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I can definitely understand a comparison there for sure.
Because when I saw Free Roam with Mario Kart World, I imagined Diddy Kong Racing. That's what I was thinking about, like that big open world with like
smart.
the doors and stuff. Yeah, and it ended up. I love Free Roam, but it's not Diddy Kong Racing. You know, it's, I thought that, and I thought that like the single player would kind of be more like that, like they were in between tracks. So I kind of wonder if maybe we can get a little more of that spirit from Air Riders.
Yeah, we shall see.
Is it Air Ride or Air Riders?
I believe it's Riders. I believe it's Air Riders.
Okay.
I've looked it up about 50 times, and I still question myself every time.
We will go all in on Air Riders, and maybe we pronounce it wrong like 15 times, but
it's like Visage. Whoops. Yeah. Sorry for everything. So they showed one more thing I have to touch on really quickly on the Kirby Direct, and that is the amiibos that are coming out for it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've never seen an amiibo like this in my life. First of all, they're giant. They're huge. The amiibo's price point are $50.
Wait, what?
50, $50.
I'm looking at a wall of amiibo over there all those cost me $50 total.
Oh, the Metroid ones too, $30 to $40. The motorcycle one's $40. The rest are $30. But these are giant, and there's something really cool about the Kirby ones. They showed one of Kirby and one of Waddle Dee, and they're both in their respective vehicles. You can take the character out of its vehicle and swap them.
Wait. Okay, so the physical amiibos themselves, you can put the Waddle Dee in the
Kirby car and vice. Have you ever seen that before with amiibo? Because that's a first for me.
No, they're making them into toys.
Yeah.
I can't do that if I leave them in the box, though, like the nerd I am. Oh, no, I'm supposed to play with these.
I was a box person until my last move that I did. I moved cross country a couple of years ago, and I was like, you know what? These are going to get all messed up, and just to save myself a headache, I unboxed them. But now I get to use them.
Yeah.
Like, yay.
Yeah.
But by the way, Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom are so awesome when you have amiibos. You just get random stuff. You can use amiibos in DK Bonanza. If you have a Switch 1 or 2, you should check out every game you have and see what amiibos can do for you because they're amazing. But I've never seen that before. They're gigantic, like, versions of amiibos, and they're swappable. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, I've never seen that before. That's new. Wow, that's actually really, really cool. I like it. I'm a bit of a sucker for all these like Nintendo side things. Amiibo, I kind of thought would be a flash in the pan. They're not. They're
me too.
Very not. Like they have persisted. I've gone to like specifically like seeking them out. Like I have the little. Oh gosh, I love the. Do you ever see the little Yoshi ones that are actually wool? Like they're actually
my God.
like
those are so precious. I want the pink one so bad.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the pink one. I was like I went
so
in and
cute.
I thought I love them. I love them so much. I still have like Nintendo Labo. I have I'm such a sucker for these. I love it.
Mine are all
I love that
Zelda.
they're doing this. Yeah.
Of course.
I found something. It's somewhere in outside of DC. There's a guy somewhere out here who has the biggest collection. I don't know why I haven't talked to you about this before. I'm blindsiding you with this. He has the biggest, the Guinness Book of World Records just certified. He has the biggest collection of Zelda material in the world.
Oh, I've seen it. I read an article about him.
Yeah. Maybe we come visit. Maybe
sick.
we can go find the dude. Maybe we can hang out
Okay.
with him. Like, we see
Besties.
yeah, he's somewhere outside of DC. That's all I know. And I'm like, what? Like this? Wow.
We've been best friends forever. I literally have a tattoo healing on my hand right now that is Zelda related. I got a Silent Princess. If you're a Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild player, it's a touch up. I already had it, but hand tattoos hurt. In case you didn't know. If you guys are interested in the Kirby Air Riders game, that does come out on November 20th. You know what? Too, like really quick before I switch to something else. We're eating so good this year as far as games go, but like my poor wallet.
No, that's not eating anything. Nothing makes it into the wallet. It just I start to put like cash in the wallet, psych, and then I just go throw it at GameStop. Yeah,
I'm having to pick and choose what I play because I'm just like I can't afford every game that I want.
It's just time. Nuts. Yeah,
Me either.
I'm sitting here like I'm sitting here like still waiting to play. Not to completely jump topics, but like everyone's been talking about Game of the Year because the Game Awards come up, and I'm still like sitting here waiting to play Clair Obscur, which came out months ago.
I know. I can't wait for you to play that.
And I'm just sitting here. I'm like, I don't have time for all this because there's so many good things that came out, and I that's why I love that I've been doing variety because I've just been like nonstop just playing new games, and it's fun, and you can't keep up with all of them.
No.
I'm just thinking like the last month we had Bonanza come out over the summer after Mario Kart World because the Switch 2 is only some months old now, right?
Right.
Silk Song, Hades 2, Legends of the like this is nuts. We're eating good.
What a year! Well, and there's still so much more to come. We have Metroid Prime 4 coming out on December 4th. Finally, my God, I was like, once the Silk Song thing came out, then my focus was my poor Metroid fans. I was like, oh, I just hope you guys get your Prime 4, and you are, and I'm so excited for you. Will you be playing Metroid Prime 4, my friend?
I am not planning on it. And it's purely because I played Metroid Prime. I love Metroid Prime.
Sure.
I love Metroid. I love Metroid. I just get motion sick. You know, so what I'm gonna do is
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I do too actually sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just worried. Like, you know, so I'm gonna watch friends play it, and I'm gonna see if it bothers me, and if it doesn't bother me, I'll probably pick it up because I am. It looks good. It's been in development. It's been in development for what, like 50 years or something like that, since before the first Metroid. Like it's been in development for so long, but it looks really good.
As somebody who has never played a Metroid game before, last month was September, which I'm sure most know for Twitch is Subtember, where they do a lot of deals on subs and a lot of streamers do a lot of sub goals. And I ended up creating a goal later in the month to do my first Metroid game. And then once we hit that goal, I said, you know what? If we hit this next goal, I'll do a Metroid marathon. So coming soon. But I plan to play 5 Metroid games on my marathon. I have decided I'm going to allow my audience to choose the first game. Please pick Zero Mission, you guys. I love you. I know you're going to pick Super Metroid, but please pick Zero Mission if you love me. Please, please, please. That's what I really want to play first. What I really want to play is just Metroid 1, but everyone's like, don't do it. It's terrible. Play Zero Mission. So whatever. That's what I want to play. But I'll say now, surprise, surprise, I have decided that one of the 5 games that I will play on my Metroid marathon is going to be Prime 4. I want to do it. I think it looks beautiful. That is one of the games that I will play 100% in my Metroid marathon starting soon. Expect to see probably next year, a playthrough from me of Prime 4.
Can I oh my gosh, my brain just lit up. First off, my streamer content brain would love to say Metroid is fantastic content. It's so good.
I'm excited.
It's incredible too when you play certain games like full circle here. Like when I played Fatal Frame, I saw so many people like jump up to say things because they're like, "This is my wheelhouse," or like when you play Pokemon, the same thing, right? Like you just get people who are just like, I'm into. Oh, I played Tiny Toon Adventures, Buster Bust Loose. Anyone remember that game from like 1993?
Great
like
game.
That, I loved it, and like so many people were like, "Was this on Super Nintendo?" Yeah, I had this.
Yeah,
it's great. Yeah, and I remember Ponch came in to tell me about his favorite episode of Tiny Toons. I was just like,
I love that.
It's video games
That's
are
so
such a great, yeah, right. It's such
we're
a
so
great
lucky
uniter.
to do what we do.
Yeah,
aren't we?
I always say like every single day I love if I'm not feeling well, I'm having a bad day, I go hang out with my tiny friendos on my computer. I'm gonna have a better day.
I say that the best medicine in life is hitting the go live button. Like it's the cure for everything.
I within an hour I'm like all wounds are cured, and it's
100%.
I wanted to ask, why Zero Mission? I mean, I'm not disagreeing with it. I'm just kind of curious, like,
I'm told that Zero Mission is Metroid 1, but with a map and like some quality of life updates. So I hope I'm correct in saying that. But for me, I wanted to play the first Metroid as my first Metroid, and everybody was like, "Don't do it! It's not. There's no map." Blah, blah, blah. Everyone's yelling at me. Super Metroid should be your first one, but I like to do things in order. It's just who I am as a person. So because everybody was like, "You'll have a much better experience if you play Zero Mission," that's why I want that to be my first one.
You know what? I fully respect it. I think that I think there's also a I can't remember which one, but I do think there's one that's a remake of Metroid 2. So, I mean, you can, if you want to do it in order, sway people that way. But yeah, I'm so excited. I know people are going to vote Super Metroid. I know they're going to go for it. So,
me too. I already know, but I'll be happy to play whatever they want. They got me a sub goal to do this, so it's their choosing.
Folks, choose Zero Mission. It's a great game anyway. They'll choose Zero Mission.
Please.
They'll choose Super Metroid, and then we'll see from there. So. What's
the one Other M that people are saying, don't play Other M? And then other people are like, I love Other M. And I like, everyone's yelling at me about Other M. Is that what it's called? Ugh, I don't know really anything about it, but there's a lot of controversy with that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've played a Metroid game that I haven't liked, other than I get why people say don't play the old ones. Like it's just because they're so old. But if you do with a guide, you could do it. Like you can get through it. Okay, little Falcone story here. On my old Game Boy, the big gray brick with the green screen, I had Metroid, and I never beat it because it was just so hard. But I always wanted to beat it. I'd play Super Metroid. I'd go pick up my Game Boy and be like, "No, I could play this one," and like I still couldn't beat it. When it came I think it was when it came to Nintendo Switch Online, I finally sat down one day and I took I took a few days to do it. I played it handheld, and I finally beat that game like 30 something years later.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it actually like really meant a lot to me. Like I'm pretty sure I actually kind of got teary. I'm like, I actually did it. Like hey, like 5-year-old me, I did it, buddy. Like we did it,
Oh, did it for 5-year-old you.
I did, and I was like,
Aw.
boy, this game sucks. But I did it. I get it. I mean, I'm not against it though. I honestly, if you want to play Metroid 1, I'd eat that up. I think it's good.
We'll see what the people choose for me. We shall see.
See.
One game that people will never choose for me, but that I will always choose for myself, is Hyrule Warriors.
Oh, heck yeah.
So, listen, I know it's not everybody's favorite style. It's that Dynasty Warriors kind of a hack and slash Zelda game where it's just battle. And I get that it's not everybody's favorite thing. This will be the third installment in Hyrule Warriors and Age of Imprisonment. I know a lot of people love it for the lore, which is the number one reason that I like it. There's going to be a ton of lore in the new one. They're showing so much, and they actually came out with a new trailer today. All
this breaking news today that your finger firmly on the pulse.
I will tell you, the first episode of this podcast, I was so nervous. I think I was very nervous too because I was with Ponch Taco, he's been my best friend for 5 years, but he hosted a podcast I was on for 3 years, and you were a guest on that podcast. So I was nervous, I think, like, just because he's so good at what he does. But I think I learned so much from the first episode. And I was like, you know what? I want to know my stuff every episode. Like, I want to have so much more to contribute. So Mama did her research this time.
Oh, yeah. No, you're crushing it. I'm like, when you said that something happens today, I get, like, all excited. I'm like, ooh, what happened?
Me too. But it just happens to be that we recorded on an incredible day because just so much has happened in the gaming world today. But I saw the trailer today. If you're familiar with Tears of the Kingdom, they have Zonai, what's it called? Like dressings, like warrior, like suits and stuff like that on all of, the big characters, all the sages. It just cool. Honestly, of the 3 games, I've played both, of the first 2 Hyrule Warriors I played. I enjoyed them for what they were. I think this one's going to blow them out of the water. I think that it's going to be so much better of an experience, and that if people haven't played the other 2, I think this will be the one that is the most beloved by the fans. It just seems like they're going to share so much more about the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom universe with us, and about the Zonai and how like kind of everything got started. So for me personally, I am so looking forward to it. I will stream it on day 1, whether you like it or not, and I absolutely cannot wait. It looks incredible.
Is this going to be simultaneously released on Switch 1 as well, or is it Switch 2 exclusive?
I actually don't know that, to be honest with you. I want to say it's both because it's been talked about for so long. It's coming out November 6th. It's coming out. I'm
curious because I sort of think about Breath of the Wild. And Breath of the Wild, I remember them saying that they actually had the idea for a multiple, like, not just like a horizontal world, but a vertical world as well. But they couldn't put it in Breath of the Wild, which is why it was so expansive in Tears of the Kingdom, because of the limitations of releasing Breath of the Wild for Wii U. And because it was coming out for Wii U, they sort of had to like hamstring the game a little bit. And I played Age of Calamity. I like that game. I don't know why I stopped playing. I think it's just because something else came out, like, I don't know, like Mario, like a new Mario game came out or something like that. I don't know, and I just like put it down. I thought that game was really fun. I get it. I mean, there aren't that many like hack and slash beat 'em ups with depth to a story like that. Nobody does it like Dynasty Warriors does, or whatever. The Warriors games.
I did just look it up, by the way. I did just peek really quick. Switch 2 exclusive.
The gloves are off. They are. I think that lends itself to your
You
want to
play it, baby? You got to get yourself a new little system, honey. If you're a Zelda fan, you're someone who wants to play every Zelda game ever like your girl, you need a Switch 2, baby.
But no restriction. No having to develop it for Switch. Like they can go all out because the Switch 2 is just much more powerful. So that's exciting.
You mentioned beat 'em up, and I think that like we've gotten so many cool beat 'em ups in like the last like couple of years, especially. Like you think about like your Shredder's Revenge, like the
Yeah.
TMNT one that came out, which was super cool in that like
Oh,
older
they're
style.
so good. Yeah.
There's another one coming out, Marvel Cosmic Invasion. Um, I gotta say, like, I don't know if you've seen any of it. Like, it's gonna have like Iron Man and Phoenix and Venom, and it has that older style to it. It looks incredible.
I
Like
bet it
they're
will
just
be.
doing it right. They're just
Yeah.
doing it right. All these beat 'em ups. I mean, they're kind of so similar in formula, but like they're so fun. They're easy to beat. Like, I don't know. I love a classic like pixely beat 'em up. You sold for me.
Well, that's what, and you kind of hit the nail on the head with that. What I think they're so cool is that, I mean, Hyrule Warriors is doing modern stuff, right? But like
Right.
you just said, like Shredder's Revenge or this Marvel game, right? They're tapping into that nostalgia because like that's the age of these things being like at their like kind of peak, right?
Yeah.
Like the sort of like Streets of Rage, Final Fight, like
Oh,
side
love Streets of Rage.
scrolling,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
sick soundtrack, like yeah, these games are really wonderful, especially when so many games are just about like depth and like they're gonna hold you for like dozens and dozens of hours, and sometimes you're just like, I just want to shut my brain off and like
Beat
punch
stuff up.
Krang with his that weird like brain in
Yeah.
his stomach and his visor,
Yep.
and I don't know what he's doing,
Yep.
but like I'm all for it. And also,
Me
like,
too.
yeah, you said Marvel, right?
Yeah.
It's so funny because I've never seen like the Avengers or anything like that. I stopped watching those movies after like the OG Iron Man and the Batman with the Joker, the Dark Knight. Because I tried watching them and I'm just like I just like didn't really like vibe. They just didn't vibe with me. Like, I don't know.
Sure.
But like at the same time, that stuff is really cozy. Cause like I remember, all those characters. It doesn't matter. Like them, and if they throw that into an OG style, like I'm in. I'm so in.
I agree. That one's coming out December 1st. December 1st.
Really?
I'm assuming I'll probably at least do one stream of it, but it looks like the kind of retro stuff I love.
Yeah. It sounds
Looking
fun.
forward to it.
Yeah.
Another thing that got announced today, I think it was either today or yesterday, but I think it was today. Mario is coming to the Macy's Day Parade. I'm not kidding.
As soon as you said Mario, I'm like, wait, like I'm the like Nintendo guy for
I know.
Epilogue Gaming. Like I like do all the things, right? And I'm just like, I missed news. I missed Mario news. I did. Apparently I did.
There's a big Mario balloon coming to the Macy's Day Parade this year on Thanksgiving, and you have to. There's a picture of it. I don't know if the picture that they showed is actually what it's going to look like, but if it is, oh my god, what a cutie pie! I get up early every year to watch the parade. I know it's so lame. It's just a bunch of people lip syncing, and it's like washed up acts, or like it's like marching bands. But I don't know what it is. Like, it just brings out the kid in me. I get up at 6 a.m. or whatever it is every year to watch it. I cannot wait to see the Mario balloon. The 3 seconds that they flash that on the TV are going to be the best part of my day.
Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday.
Is it really?
It is. It is flat out my favorite holiday. I meant to ask a story about this the other day. We had to go to Lowe's for something the other day, and there was a dude working there. He was just an older guy, and he looked like Santa. And I think that he was. I happened to be on the phone, so I couldn't quite hear, but I think he was telling Crystal that he does like the like mall Santa thing, right? Which is, I mean, perfect, because if this guy just like pulled me aside and said, "Look, I'm the real Santa," I would have believed him. I would like, this guy was Santa.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
he said to us, he goes, he was wearing a little hat for Halloween, and he goes, now I gotta think what to do for Thanksgiving. And we're like, oh, you could just do like a little like turkey or something. He goes, I love Thanksgiving. He goes, it's my favorite holiday. I was like, oh yeah, it's my favorite holiday too. He goes, what I love so much about it is that you don't have to give anyone anything. Like, you just get to be with people. right? Like,
I
maybe
love that thought.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, dude! Like, I love this. Thank you, Santa. You know, like,
I love
thank
you and I are Italian. Like, I'd love to just share a meal with people, share a little food and celebrate
Exactly.
life and what we're thankful for and everything. But I've
Exactly.
never thought about that sentiment that you're not opening gifts or anything like that. You're just sitting for a meal with people you love.
You're just being with people. You're just enjoying each other. And he goes, I always like to take stock of what I'm thankful for. I'm just happy I get to share. I'm like, you know what, dude? I love it. Because for me, that's exactly it. I don't have any pressure. I get up, I cook food, I watch the parade. I do. And I eat, you know, and I love that.
Yeah.
And I love it. So I'm with you on that. I was just kind of, when you said there's going to be a Mario balloon, I'm like, yeah, there's always, is there not one? There's not always one? That's so surprising. There's a Pikachu one. I know because
there is a Pikachu every year.
Yeah. But like, there's
every
no
year.
Mario. That's nuts.
We're getting in this year, baby.
Wow. That is big news.
So as we kind of like come to a close on our gaming discussion, you and I had a private conversation the other day where we were kind of talking about something Pokemon related, and I asked you to prepare something for it today. And this was did we talk about this yesterday or the day before?
I think it was yesterday. I'm giggling because I already know what this is going to be. I'm giggling how silly.
This is going to be incredible. Falcon and I were talking about Pokemon that don't exist that should. I mean, we have a Pokemon for everything. We have a trash bag. We have an ice cream cone. We have a set of keys. You need it. There's a Pokemon for it. But I said to him, what if we come up with 3 Pokemon each that we think the world needs? I assume that you have completed your assignment, my friend.
I have. I've been keeping them in my head this whole time. I'm typing them out for myself so I don't forget because I know I'm going to be laughing so much. There we go. I'm going to just completely blank. But yes, I have completed my assignment.
Would you like to start?
Certainly. Do you want to go like one for one? We'll just.
I do.
Okay,
I think that'd be perfect.
I'll go with the originator. This is what originally popped in my head that gave me the idea. There's a part in ZA where you interact with water, right? I'll just leave it at that, right? Mm-hmm. And I sat there and I said, boy, the streets of Lumios, they're trying to clean them up. And, you know, they use Pokemon for so many things, right?
Sure.
There's Rotom phones, right? Actually, it's mostly Rotom. I realize it's mostly Rotom
really
does things. Rotom mows the lawn, Rotom cleans your clothes, Rotom cooks your food, Rotom's your phone. Sure. It's kind of weird when the guy keeps saying he's breaking phones. What's happening to the Rotom? I don't know. I don't want to think about it, but they also poop apparently. But why is there no sponge Pokemon? I want a Pokemon that's a sponge. And that when I need the Pokedex entry to say something along the lines of, you know, like Spongy is the sponge Pokemon. And when it rubs on things, a gland in its body secretes like a liquid that's like similar to like dish soap. So it foams and makes bubbles and then like a Squirtle comes up and like Squirtle and then, like it spits on it and it cleans it, right? Perfect team. That's 2 out of your 6 spots right there.
We
on
have
your belt.
Bubble Beam and things like that, so that it just fits perfectly with the Pokemon universe. I love this. I applaud
there we go,
you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Well,
how about you?
I'm gonna start off with a makeup brush Pokemon. Okay, hear me out.
I'm hearing.
You're laughing.
No, I'm
last one.
I'm just smiling with more teeth. That's all.
Wait till you hear my last one. Oh Lord help us all. Hear me out, right? Mm-hmm, versatile, right? We could have had a paintbrush or a hairbrush. I think we need a makeup brush. Okay. Think of moves like cover up.
I like this.
Yeah? You with me?
I like
blush.
You know what? I hadn't even thought about the combat capabilities, but this is good. This isn't far-fetched either, and that is a Pokemon pun. I'll own it. But like Smeargle's tail is a paintbrush, so that's already covered. But a makeup brush is certainly not, right? And we've seen that you can, alternatives to things like Sketch. I like this.
Yeah.
I actually think
I think there's a lot you could do with that, where you can, use it to, manipulate your opponent in some way, or make it different, or, like make it up into like a different like type or something, where like you paint it to be like the makeup like to be a different type. So I think that it's very versatile. There's a lot you could do with it.
I love that you gave this actual Pokemon thought, and I'm just sitting here like I'm picturing like a sponge with a googly eyes on it, like just like scrubbing a wall. You really, you went all out of it. You could work for Game Freak and get work done.
What's your number 2?
This could be a little weird. Because I also kind of thought of a brush. But it's different though. Mine's different. I swear.
Okay.
I thought of. I stole this one from Crystal, actually, because I told her about the sponge, and she goes, well, you got to also get a broom. And I was like, wait a second. That's great. We have to... I realize that there's kind of a theme forming with my Pokemon.
Sure.
But if we have Sweepies, the brush Pokemon, I think that there's a lot that it can do. First off, there is an episode, canonically, when Ash's stepdad, Mr. Mime, is there cleaning the floor... and he's using a broom. But what if that broom were smiling and happy and doing its job, right? Now, I didn't...
We have Dust Storm. Like, that could be a great move.
Right. And then Sweepies comes along and goes... Sweepies is super effective against whatever's using the dust moves.
Incredible. Throw it right back at you. Sweep it right back. It's like a mirror, like when you can like reflect something back onto another Pokemon, but we're just sweeping it back right on you, baby. I love that.
Off the cuff, I started thinking about combat capabilities, and I was definitely thinking something like, first off, I just think that like quick brushing or something like that would be a nice, cool alternative to like quick attack or something like that.
Love it.
But yeah, like it just like brushes up like a little reflect wall, like Mr. Mime. I mean, everything goes back to Mr. Mime, in my world at least. Yeah, I hesitated to say also Dragonite's my favorite Pokemon, but I also have a 1A, which is Mr. Mime. Everyone thinks I'm joking. I'm not. I love that. He's just a goofy little guy. I understand he's kind of creepy, but he's a goofy little guy.
I'm not mad at that.
I love Mr. Mime. He's so silly. Also, he's a mime, but he never shuts up in the show. He just keeps yelling his name. That's not what mimes do. You're right. He's so loud.
Little walking contradiction he is.
He's the worst mime. But him and Sweepies are filling out my next 2 slots on my team. So I have a Sponge, a Squirtle, Mr. Mime, and a Broom.
Okay.
How about you?
My next one, stay with me.
Mm-hmm.
Deodorant Pokemon.
Yes. I am fist pumping right now and excited. Yes.
Listen. Not only do I think it would be revolutionary and it would definitely have effects on future game cons where apparently people don't wear deodorant, but think of the possibilities, right? De-stink. What a move that could be.
Counters all like those poison Pokemon.
Like you could just spray in the other Pokemon's eyeballs if it's a spray deodorant. This is like there's so many possibilities that you could do. I think de-stink definitely has to be a move. Cleanse. Like there's the possibilities are endless, especially if it's a spray can. Like I think we definitely need a spray can Pokemon.
Ooh, it could do like the Aegislash thing. Aegislash is a sword with the shield and everything right there, where it has like different forms. It could be like spray form, or it could like put on its cap and be like roller form.
Ooh,
you know? That'd be cool. And
I like where you're going.
Like, what's your preference? Do you like spray form or roller form? It's like, oh, okay. Yeah.
You could pick, baby.
You could pick.
That's the power of video games.
That's the power of video games.
There's not much more to be said than that. I think that every gamer in the world needs deodorant, and I think if Pokemon are pooping, they probably need deodorant too. So my choice number 2, deodorant.
I think everyone should know that that this was like a 30-second conversation we had where it's like, no, we should totally do this. I realized though that we both kind of just picked themes. Like I'm like picking.
Oh,
like,
I don't know about my last one.
Oh, jeez.
Oh
no.
I don't know about my last one.
Okay. My last one, I decided to get a little fancy on. I definitely kept with the theme. I realized I didn't have a name because my naming convention started to get a little dry. I had
Okay.
Spongy and Sweepy.
Sure.
But my last one is a series of evolutions, and this one had to be carefully planned. It's cutlery. And I need a spoon, a fork, and a knife Pokemon, but I don't know which evolves into which. And that's where I'm having trouble.
Okay, I'm obsessed with this, and you're gonna cry laughing when I tell you my third one. That's don't even guess. I don't want to hear anything from you. I just can't wait to tell you. Cutlery Pokemon, spoon, fork, and knife. You could even like possibly spork.
I was thinking about spork. I was like, could we do the unthinkable and make a fourth evolution? DLC. Yeah. Right? I feel like, or it could just be one of those Pokemon that's like like cast form or something that just changes depending on the situation, right? It's just like one, and maybe it's a fork, maybe it's a spoon. I thought though, if it had to evolve, I think spoon evolves into fork, evolves into knife.
Can I tell you truthfully exactly my thought? You got to start spoon because spoon is dull. Then you go into fork, which is a little more weapony, and then you got the knife, the big boy. I think that's the order.
I think that's the natural order of things. I think that it was only logical. 10 out of 10 times we flip that coin, it lands spoon, fork, knife. That's the way coins work too.
That's a round of applause to you. That's a beautiful 3 right there.
Thank you very much.
Wow, incredible.
I am beyond excited at what's coming next.
So when I thought about this last one, right, I did have you in mind, and I think that one of the moves that I came up with for it, you're gonna really like, because I never knew you and I could be so in sync. I think the Pokemon that we need the most in our lives right now is spaghetti meatballs.
I'm so happy. I reflexively just like put my hand, like pinched my fingers and said, "Oh my goodness."
Can I show you in my notes? Because I have notes written down. I don't know if I'm going to get this in the camera the right way, but I'm going to try. For those who are watching on YouTube anyway, I'm going to try.
Oh my goodness.
But my moves are forked and Italian hand. That's my moves I wrote down. Forked and Italian hand. Those are the 2 moves I wrote down for my spaghetti meatballs Pokemon. And the meatballs are the eyes, and the spaghetti is the mouth. And that is, I think, the number 1 Pokemon that we all need in our lives. I think we never knew spaghetti meatballs was the most important thing that could ever happen to Pokemon.
My stomach is hurting from laughing. Also from hunger now. I would love spaghetti meatballs. I am... Oh my gosh. I still have 2 slots in my team, right? I put the cutlery there as 1 in fork form and the spaghetti and meatballs right as a plate.
Just the way Mr. Mime and the Sweepies go together.
It's perfect.
So then does the cutlery evolution and spaghetti meatballs.
They have pairings. They have plus and minus, and they have plus and minus, right? They need more. They need spaghetti and meatballs. Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss.
Oh my gosh. 10 out of 10 on meatballs, by the way.
Thank you, my friend. All right, guys, as we wind down the second episode of Entering Endgame, I just want to go around the room quickly. And Falcone, would you mind telling the people what you may have coming up in your stream?
Absolutely. And first off, this has been awesome. Thank you.
It has.
I am. Oh my gosh, I had a great night. Thank you very much. I love this. I hope everyone's been having fun. Yeah. Well, actually, I mentioned a little bit earlier, and I was so glad you were like, I can't wait to see you play that. I don't know what to expect, but I'm finishing Legends ZA, and then I'm probably almost immediately jumping into Clair Obscure Expedition 33, which is so far out of my wheelhouse of things I do on stream. But
sure.
I set it as a September goal, and people were like, there were a few things people were like shouting about and championing. That was one of them. And it is a potential game of the year candidate. I think it has to be the front runner.
I was going to ask you too, and I meant to, what your game of the year prediction is. Is it Clair Obscur?
Without even playing it, and I honestly, once I decided I was maybe going to play it, I stopped. I just shut down watching streams, so I am totally unspoiled. I can't even really picture it outside of like the trailer.
So much, yeah.
As of right now, my game of the year, and I could we can't do this because we'll be here for another hour and a half. Is Blueprints?
I already know.
And by a landslide, by a landslide.
I knew.
That is like oh my gosh, just like 15 seconds. That game, there's nothing like it. I've never played a game like that. I love puzzle games. I love exploring, and I actually think that is a game that could be for everyone. Because of how they do it. Roguelike puzzles? Are you kidding me? It's brilliant. But anyway, because I was like, you know what? People are excited for it. And we met the thing before the Game Awards happened. The Game Awards, whatever stock people put into them, it's all opinion, whatever, right? It doesn't really matter, but it's fun. And it's fun to talk about. I want to play that. So that's going to be my next thing. And then I just have like a list of games I'm getting to. I thought that the best way to truly springboard into variety was do what people wanted to see, and not just like what I wanted to do, but like a combination of both. So I put a ton of games on there. Yeah, there's one-offs like Gree and Thank Goodness You're Here. Things like that, like some SMZ3, which is like the Super Metroid and Link to the Past, like combo rando, things like that, right? Then there's like just classics like Cuphead, Undertale.
Yeah.
I'll do Delta. I've never actually done Deltarune before, which will be very cool. Undertale Yellow, a fan game that I know people who worked on it, like, which is very cool.
Wow.
And then just like some bigger games. RimWorld was something that people wanted to see me play, which is from what I've heard is I've heard that's basically put your chat in game and watch them die in weird ways. Yep. And then the clincher, which is the one that I'm smiling, but it's forced. Is Final Fantasy X.
Wow.
I played that game. I did not like it. Everyone, you can all at me and ask me why. I'll tell you. I can basically zone out and tell you why. I've explained it so many times right now. But I was so determined to like that game. I ended up getting it again. I had it on PlayStation. I ended up getting it again on Switch because they released it. Yeah. And I said, I'm going to play this again one day. And that one day will be with all of you. So
awesome.
Just a whole bunch of stuff, and other more Pokemon stuff. I have a whole list of games people are gonna vote on, just to pick like what games I'm gonna be playing. So it's all community driven, and I couldn't be more excited. Like I'm playing Legends of the Air right now and having a good time, and I'm like, okay, what's next? What's next? So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just hyped, and
amazing.
On a personal note, like for you as well. All these games that you just kind of listed, like I want to try like the Marvel one is like a kind of like a little one off. I can't wait to do Hyrule Warriors. Take it or leave it. I'm doing it. Like and like the Metroid games, like I'm excited. Like I'm excited for both of us because like I love this. This is we're gamers playing games, right? We're not just trapped in like Iron Man. We're not just trapped in like Mario Maker or SMW, right? We're just gamers playing games.
So, #blessed.
#blessed. I love it.
You can find our friend at twitch.tv/StreamingFalcon. And I'm super looking forward to all those games that you'll be playing, my friend.
Thank you so much.
As for me, is it okay to talk about what we're going to be doing together and the date that we talked about, or no?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I am.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
excited.
Totally, just from the hip. Didn't even ask you, and we're just going to do it. As for me. In my channel, I am always doing SMW Kaizo. I always will do SMW Kaizo. I always do Ocarina of Time randomizers in my stream. It's my favorite thing to stream. I do it usually on Sundays. It's just something that I stream for me, and I get my community super involved in it, and I love doing it. Coming up for me, I'm currently in the middle of Zeldathon, where I'm playing every Zelda game ever made in release order, and I'm about to finish Link to the Past. And I'll be doing the CDI games next. I also, again, promised my community a Metroid marathon. So I'll be doing 5 Metroid games, and I will let them choose the first one. And then I also have a 3D Mario marathon coming up. So as soon as I finish Link to the Past, I'm going to be starting on Super Mario 64, which I have not played since the game released in 96, I believe. So that'll be super exciting for me to do my second ever playthrough. It actually is the only 3D Mario game I have ever played. So I've never played any of the Odysseys, Galaxies, Bowser's Fury, none of them. I've only played 64 at release when I was 8 years old. I think I spent 2 years playing it, got 120 stars, and never touched a 3D Mario again. So I'll be playing all mainline 3D Marios on my channel, which I'm super excited about. And if you're interested in anything that has to do with my channel, you can just go to ashleyfl.com, ASHLEEFL.com. Falcon and I actually have something coming up together with September. We decided, because we're close friends and have communities that we're so blessed, love each other. We decided that we were going to have a sub goal together to do an Ocarina of Time randomizer co-op, which I am so looking forward to, my friend. Do you want to tell the people the stipulation of it and the date?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna screw up the date. I need you to fact check me on this one, because I told Ashley when we were making dates for this, I forgot what the date was, like, in the present. I forgot that it was like the end of October. I'm like, October just started. We were just doing September. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the stipulation of it is that we are going to be doing through the good old ship of Harkinian, we're going to be doing a co-op randomizer of Ocarina of Time, and we're going to be doing 100 Triforce pieces scattered around the world. Normally, Ashley does a hunt for one legendary piece. We're going to do 100, and I only learned Ocarina of Time randomizer in December. I think in December. And I did about, I want to say about 5 or so. I was like hooked. I had to stop myself because I wouldn't stop playing it. I'm like, I have to play other video games every now and then, you know? I need to. So I had to cut myself off. But I love Ocarina of Time randomizers. I think ship is awesome, but I've also never done a co-op. So, Ashley's going to hold my little Falcone hand, and because she is awesome at this freaking game. I am in awe of watching her do it. I know it's like her favorite thing to do. And like,
it is.
There's something just like beautiful about like watching like a master at their craft, like do something, especially when you know, like they're enjoying it like that. I don't know. If you can't root for people just to like have a good time, I don't know. You're not going to like our spaces. Like, I love watching you do it, and I'm so excited to do that with you. And I think I'm just so like cross with my head. I believe we're going to be doing this on, I think we're doing this Saturday, November 1st.
We are.
Okay,
we're
good.
Literally doing it. We're doing it Saturday, November 1st. We'll both be live doing that on both of our channels. A 100 Triforce piece co-op Ocarina of Time randomizer. So excited to do that with you. And that'll be, I mean, technically it's Saturday right now because it's like 1:15 in the morning for us. But
when you said before it was the 24th, I was like, my clock says the 25th. Oh, it's after 12.
It is. Guys, if you are interested in anything Entering Endgame podcast, you can go to enteringendgamepodcast.com. If you want to shoot us an email, you can do so at enteringendgame@gmail.com. Falcone, Streaming Falcon, thank you for joining me today, and I absolutely cannot wait to have you back on, my friend.
Ashley, I love this. This is a pleasure. I said to Ashley beforehand, I was like checking with her. I'm like, how long do you usually like aim to go for? And she told me, I was like, boy, I measure things in like stream time now.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's gonna fly. And like I just realized I stopped hearing noises behind me. I think everyone went to bed. Like it's 1:15 in the morning. The cats are probably grumpy. Like, time flew. I had a blast, an absolute blast. Thank you so much for having me.
Me as well, my friend.
This is great. I hope you'll have me back because I'm excited. This is great.
We'll have you again very soon, and lucky to have you, friend. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Guys, this has been episode 2. Thank you so much for listening, and take care as you're entering Endgame. We'll see you next month. Bye!